want?
Jello.
Jello?
What can I get you?
Snapple. I've been dreaming of Snapple lemonade.
Incontrovertible evidence of a thirsty president.
Give me a Coke, please.
Living up to his reputation for daily consumption of
12 Diet Cokes. Now, what do the diet versions of all those products have in common? Aspartame. It's one of the most commonly used artificial sweeteners in the world, and it's in everything from diet soda to chewing gum. Well, despite the FDA's declaration that it's safe for the general population, Reuters is now reporting that the World Health Organization will label it as a possible carcinogen next month. What? Uh-oh. Joining us now, Calley Means, former Coca-Cola consultant and co-founder of TrueMed. All right, Calley, what should the millions and millions of people across our country think now about the aspartame they're consuming pretty much every day?
I think it's a wider issue, Laura. This is a case study in the corporate takeover of scientific research. And as a former practitioner of these dark arts, I can say the aspartame companies, they executed this masterfully. They did three things. They bought off the decision makers. 95% of the USDA panel that recommends nutrition guidelines is paid for. You can't make this up, but they're paid for by food companies directly. And millions of that money comes from aspartame companies. Number two is you buy the research. Food companies spend 11 times more than the NIH on foundational nutritional research, and tens of millions of that spend directly from aspartame companies over the previous decades. And a recent analysis showed that of the hundreds of aspartame studies conducted over the previous decades, 100% of those funded by aspartame companies said the product was safe, and 92% of independent studies said it was very harmful. But of course, the regulators who are paid for by the food companies only focus on the latter. And then the third is pay the influencers. There was an all-out effort over the previous decades to take this rigged research and advertise aspartame as a better-for-you option, particularly for kids. Today, as we sit, 80% plus of schools and pediatric wards serve aspartame beverages, aspartame food, marketing it as better for you. This corporate takeover of scientific research, I believe, is one of the biggest issues in the world, the biggest issues the country faces. The loser is us and our kids who are being gaslit. The winner, of course, is pharma, because we're all getting sick.
Oh my, well, the International Sweeteners Association, if you can believe one exists, responded today to us saying that we have serious concerns with preliminary speculation which may mislead consumers about the safety of aspartame. Calley, you got to parse those words a little bit there, but their lobbying arm is pretty effective.
Oh yeah. I mean, let's just look at a child. Let's just look at what they're being told. We have food companies funding NIH research saying Lucky Charms are healthier than beef. We have aspartame companies outspending, nonpartisan, non-biased researchers 11-1. We've got kids being told by the USDA nutrition guidelines that a 2-year-old that 10% of their diet can be added sugar. We have an absolute onslaught on addicting and serving our kids these frankenfoods, these chemicals, being gaslit to really even wonder whether these chemicals are good or bad. And we wonder why rates of childhood diabetes, heart disease, cancer, all of these issues are going up all at once.
Obesity, all of it. Calley, we're going to stay on this issue. Thank you very much for joining us. Got a lot of information out.